Welcome to my YouTube channel. Like, share and subscribe this video. Customer service interview questions and answers. What does good customer service mean to you? An example of an answer can be, good customer service means having a thorough understanding, knowledge of your inventory, experience with your products, and being able to help customers make the best choices for them. When I worked for this company, you have to mention the company that you have been working for. You used to spend a few minutes each month looking at the newest products to make sure that customers are aware. Why do you think you'll be a good fit with your company? This question is testing on your skills, on your experience, and how it's relatable to the job. It's the same as why should we hire you? So you should be able to relate to what you have been doing and how it's relevant to the job description that you've been given at that moment. Tell me about a difficult customer you have had to deal and how you handle it. So you have to explain the best way to get to get success in a customer service interview is being as practical as possible. Don't just talk about theory. Explain the scenario as it was. Tell me about a time you went above and beyond what was expected to please a customer. Okay, it can customers can be annoying. Customers can be discontent even when you have provided the best, but you want to retain those customers. You can involve giving of gifts in order to retain those people. That is going beyond what you're supposed to do at that moment, but just because you want to retain the customer at that moment, you will give them discounts. You'll be able to listen to them, okay? Or if you have a blind person, maybe help them cross the road. Tell me about a difficult day you experienced at work. What happened and why and how did you handle it? Okay, difficult days mostly in customer service. You should be talking about a situation where a customer was not able to understand. You are not able to come to a conclusion with the customer, and that made your day difficult. How can you sort out this issue? Consulting with the supervisor and consulting with your team. Please subscribe to this channel. Give me an example of a time when you had to explain something fairly complex to a frustrated client or a co-worker. How did you make sure they understood you? That's the answer. You should have to be clear. Tell me about a time you thought you communicated clearly but you were misunderstood. What happened and how did you handle the situation? For example, you are dealing with packages. The client is not able to understand you. They didn't understand the name of the package and the amount it costed at that moment. So you can just rectify it by the information by clarifying with the client or your colleague. Describe an instance where you had to improvise or think on your feet to solve a problem. For example, you have a client who is using electricity, then there is power outage. How can you handle this client? Is by maybe consulting your friend or anyone or a nearby shop. They can help you to provide the necessary services that the client needed. Tell me about a time you were under stress, a lot of stress at work, and how you dealt with it. Okay, how you can deal with stress is asking for a break, asking for help, and also just seeking guidance. Yeah. Tell me about a time you made a mistake at work. What happened? Mistakes can be giving the wrong package. If you are a customer service in an airline package, how can you correct? It's by calling the client, informing your manager, calling the client to inform them that also they have been given a wrong package, and therefore if there's any money needed to be topped up, consult with your manager, involve them. If it's through emails, copy them through the emails. That is how you explain yourself in an interview, as practical as possible. when you're working with a large number of customers, it is tricky to deliver excellent customer service. How do you go about prioritizing customer needs? It is by segmenting your customers. If you know you have customers dealing with this, segment them. And if you're dealing with different products, segment it so that you know when you're working with this product, you know that you're attended to all your clients, because all clients are important, no matter how big or small they bring the revenue. So segment your clients. That is how you can answer that question. Describe a time when you had to interact with a difficult client. What was the situation and how did you handle it? Let's say you are in a call center, and then you are not able to understand what the client is complaining about. You can ask your colleague to help. You can ask to call back, get some break and call back. This is how you explain in an interview. You don't just talk about theories. You can talk to your manager to talk to them. You can even talk through emails if calls are not being able to sort out the issue. Tell me about a time a customer was pleased with your service. So the same way you have been dealing with a difficult customer, but you know they are annoyed because of something, you request to compensate them. So compensating can make a customer pleased, and therefore you are able to retain that client. So compensating is the way you can please a customer. Explain that in an interview. That's the way I'm saying it. Be as practical as much in an interview. Okay. Give me an example where you do not meet a client's expectation. What happened and how did you attempt to fix the situation? So if you're not able to meet a client's expectation, it can be you are a new employee. You can consult with your colleagues. You can consult with your manager, or ask again the client's objectives in working with you. Yeah, that is how you answer, being as practical as possible. Describe a time when it was especially important to make a good impression on a client. How did you approach things? Good impression can be in terms of numbers. Good impression can be in terms of outward appearance. So just understand your client, what they need. If it's numbers, come with a portfolio that shows your productivity over the years. This will be easier for you to communicate with the client. Why do you want to work in customer service? Customer service is basically someone who loves working with others, someone who is able to solve problems. So you can say, I work with customer service because I enjoy solving problems. I enjoy the satisfaction of a customer. That is how you should answer that question. Tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult customer. That one you have explained in the previous question. Just if the customer is high, you go low. If they are unhappy, you try your ways to calm them down. If a customer is unhappy, don't go also high, like you're also lamenting. Always be on the customer side, because your role there is customer service. Okay. What will you do if you do not know how to help your customer? You request some time. If you're not able, if it's spot on, if it's on a call, request a call back. If it's spot on, ask to speak to your colleagues. Don't just embarrass yourself and answer the wrong questions just because you want the customer to see that you are able to you are competent at that moment, yet maybe you are a trainee. Qualities of a customer service: it can be you are good with anger management, stress management, problem solver, passionate, okay, yeah, efficient, reliable, things like that. We say, what qualities do you perform? You just talk about the qualities that are needed in a customer service job. What will you do if a customer said you are taking too long to handle an issue? What you can do if you've been not in good communication with that client at that moment, then you should be able to communicate more frequently. Because if you taking long means you're not communicating with the client and you're not explaining to them what is going on at that point. So communication is important. What do you know about our products and services? So you should research about the product. If it's dealing with food products, know about the food product, the price, why do customers love it, things like that. So always have a background check of what the company is selling, so that even when you're selling to even if they are considering you, they know what is the unique thing you know about their products, what are their values with regards, and what inspired them to have those products. Tell me about previous customer service experience. You can say, I worked at company so and so, and as a customer service professional, these were my roles as a customer service professional. I achieved this and this. You can explain as much companies as you have on your CV. What is your preferred method of communication? If you're going for a call center job, you say calls. If it's messaging, you say text, according to what the client needs. So you prioritize what the client needed on their job description. Don't start with what they do not need. And if it's both, just blend them. Emails, text, or call, just blend them so that you're able to show the employer that you are a good fit.